as a subversion unit to create subversive or covert operations abroad to bring down governments, to create unrest, to create coups, to make assassinations, and so on. And the CIA does that. I think the most accurate description is as a private army of the U.S. president, and with a, if you call it deniability, even when things are pretty obvious that something like that has happened, they deny it anyway because the underlying documentation is kept highly confidential. Anyone that leaks it ends up in prison and so forth. And so we have two different tasks in one organization. This is the result of how the OSS, which was the precursor during World War II of the CIA, happened. And in wartime, you can understand you have an agency that does behind-the-line subversion as well as intelligence gathering. But in 1947, after World War II, the CIA was created in that same way. And President Truman knew from the beginning and then wrote about it in the 1960s, my God, this is really dangerous to have put these two functions together this way. The purpose of my piece this week was to emphasize how pervasive the CIA's covert role is in American foreign policy and how deeply destabilizing it has been over many, many decades now. We're talking about more than 70 years, because this subversion is not effective. First of all, of course, it does not remain covert, even if it's a covert operation. Plenty of people figure out quickly. Then the U.S. denies it, and we get into this complete collapse of credibility. Second, other countries actually don't like their governments being overthrown by the United States. They don't. We can kind of figure that out because we don't like other countries meddling in our politics. Right. We have engaged, that is the CIA and its partner institutions, because there are others in the intelligence or secret community and in DOD and so forth, in at least 80 covert regime change operations around the world. And what's happening in Ukraine is part of this story. What's happening throughout the Middle East is part of this story. America bringing down governments, destabilizing countries, never leveling with the American people about what is really going on. And there's case after case. And what is so corrosive about this is most of these are lame brain operations. Most of them, in my view, are doomed to fail. But then the lying that comes afterwards